Hey everybody, welcome back to Venture Outdoors with Kirk. Time for a new season. Made a trip up to Montana to try the grouse openers and had a little bit of luck. And stay tuned to the end, there's a surprise ending and we'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, if you haven't done it, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, hit that bell notification, and we'll see you in the next one. God bless, take care. Well, here it is, seasons are here. Waited 7 months for the opener up in Montana, and we are making our way at our first spot. I had just worked a section across the road from this, and the one bird that I thought I would have trouble finding, I saw 4 of them fly across the road right here, and they were sage grouse. It's been about 30 minutes since we saw them fly across the road. I saw them fly in this draw just in front of us, but I wasn't quite sure exactly where they were yet. Of course, as hot as it is, as we're walking along, I'm constantly looking at my feet because I'm checking for snakes. And I saw something down there, and I just looked down, and a little shed from an antelope. So here we've walked a few hundred yards of this draw here, and haven't found them yet, but I'm just coming around a bend, coming into some more cover, and I'm hoping that they're going to be in this next piece. Then as we're walking up right here, getting to this little bit taller cover, you can see Storm gets a little bit birdie right there. So I start looking in the cover when I turn back here, and boom, I see one of their heads sticking up, and then they take off. So this is the very first time I've ever seen them in the wild. I know what they look like, but that first flush, I'm still second guessing myself. They're big enough, you almost think you're shooting at a small turkey, even though I was 100% sure that they were sage grouse. As you can see, they just went over the lip of that hill and landed again, so I'm trying to call Storm back to make sure he doesn't spook them before I get over there. To be honest, guys, I think I shot right between these first 2 birds. I was aiming at the second one. Slowed it down, looked at that shot. It looked like it went right in front of him. And then same thing with this one. I started following this bird, and I think I just let him just a little too much. Shot right in front of him. I gave it an extra pull right there at the end. I think it went right in front of him. You get a little bit of wind on these GoPros and it sounds like it's blowing 100 miles an hour. Really didn't think the wind was that bad that day, but unfortunately you can definitely tell that sound whistling through there. It's really annoying, which is one reason why I ended up narrating over a lot of this. I want to make sure I get up here before Storm, but of course that's a tall order. This is what's amazing is you get up here and this grass isn't any taller than my boot. You would think in that shorter cover that they would stand right out, but they don't. They can hide right in that. I can just imagine what that conversation was between those sage grouse, the one saying, hey, I'm going to fly way over here, you guys hold tight, I'll draw them away. Lucky for us, this wasn't my first rodeo.
Wounded. I know it.
Storm was standing over there still watching that first one glide way off. That one flew quite a ways when these jumped up. Got lucky and finally knocked down that one and missed that second follow-up shot.
Good boy, I knew they were sitting there. Hey, good boy. There we go. Cross that one off the list. Sage grouse. Heck, how did I miss that other one? Dang it. Heck yes! Awesome! They're a decent sized bird. Good boy. Good boy. I didn't even see where those other two went. How did I miss those other ones? Oh. Hey. Jeez, he wasn't bleeding at all until I put him in my vest. All right.
Personally, I think everybody should just carry one of these collapsible water dishes with them in the field. Using one of these is a lot easier on the dog instead of just trying to pour water down their mouth and letting it fall all over the ground. Especially the way the dogs drink their water, it's more beneficial to them just to use a dish like this. For 10 or 12 bucks off of Amazon, everybody should just carry one. This is in the evening on that first day. We didn't do anything the rest of the day. I drove around and did some scouting. Storm just laid down. I let him rest the rest of the afternoon, basically all day, and I was just gonna walk this cover here, look for some doves. If we happen to kick out a Sharpie or something, great. Then I was gonna loop out up against these hills off to my right and walk some of that grass and possibly look for some Sharpies. I had kept an eye on the weather before I left for this trip, and it was going to be warm, but I thought I saw where it was going to start to cool down, but unfortunately the weather had changed by the time I'd gotten up there, the forecast, and this is what you see when you looked at the forecast that afternoon. I mean, it was going to be in the upper 90s for the next 5 to 6 days at least. So, I mean, you just can't fight that. So we're just taking it slow. I'm just watching Storm, seeing how active he kind of feels and looks. But he's just moving slower than normal. And I just don't like the way he's acting. He just seems out of it, like he's tired already. And like I said, he's been napping all day. And this is kind of a hint where you just got to watch your dog and keep an eye out for anything abnormal. And right here, I kind of knew something was wrong. He just walks up to me and just stays at my feet.
Huh? I know. I didn't even bring any water. My God, we just freaking left the truck. You don't want to hunt, do you? It's too hot? Too hot? Hmm? You're not feeling it, are you, bud? Huh? You just want to go back? Want to go back to the truck?
This is a perfect example of just trying to listen to what your dog's trying to tell you. Obviously, he wasn't into it. He wasn't feeling good. Whatever the issue was, I decided to call it, and we ended up calling it a night and headed back to the hotel. Sure, we drove a long ways to get there for the opener and everything, but you can't force an issue. Just trust to what your dog's trying to tell you.
Yeah, you're not hunting. Hey everybody, this is the end of the first day. It was just so hot. I mean, it's probably 7:30 at night and it's still like 88 degrees. Storm just wants nothing to do with it right now. He's just burnt. And we only worked out this morning. I let him rest all day and he still wants nothing to do with it right now. So, lesson learned. I think if you make this trip up here, wait for a little cooler weather, or you got to bring multiple dogs. So I just fed him. He hadn't eaten all day, besides a couple of snacks. But I wet fed him, poured water on his food, and that's the only way he'd eat it. That way at least I know he's getting some water with it too. Keep him hydrated as much as I can. He's been sucking down water all day. And he just wants to lay in the shade right now. Good news is we did have some luck today. We got our first sage grouse. Check out that puppy. It was a young one, but I don't even care. I was stoked that I got him. Those are big birds. Had a bunch of Sharpies cross the road. They went from one side of the road, which was BLM, to the other side, which was BLM. So I just waited for them to get settled in over there, and I didn't have the camera or anything with me. I just grabbed the gun and ran over there and jumped them and was able to get one. So we didn't get totally skunked. So I need to get these clean, put them on ice.
Unfortunately, with high heat and just trusting my instincts, I didn't like the way he was acting. Got him back. I drove 12 hours home after hunting one day. We got home and he went to get out of the truck and he could barely move. I didn't know if he was just cramping up from a long drive, but he'd gotten out periodically to go to the bathroom on the way home, so I didn't think too much of it, but he was really limping around. We got inside the house and he literally plopped down as soon as he entered the house, and I just let him lay there and woke up in the morning and he was still in the exact same spot, so I knew we had an issue. I had to carry him to the truck in the morning and got him to the vet. They checked him out. He was running a high fever, and come to find out he had had some ticks on him over the last year, and one had infected him, so he had some Lyme disease. I knew he had the potential for some symptoms to pop up, but we had been playing catch and running around and everything for months leading up to season, and he showed no signs of, being tired or wearing down or any pain. So it kind of caught me off guard that we ran into this morning. Good news is we got him on some antibiotics, some anti-inflammatory medicine. He gets to take that for a month. Watch him closely over the weekend here and follow up with the vet at the beginning of the week. Everything should be fine, but you never know. So keep storming your prayers, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless and take care. Oh yeah, one more thing. Ticks suck.